Hello, my hotties. There'll be no trouble at all because Jamie is a top man. In fact, he's one of the toppest of top men. So there you are. So definitely a good one. Butcher steak pie. Oh, Chris, come on. What a silly question. Where else would you get it from? Scotty, do you like? And he mentions a fizzy drink. I do, but I don't tend to take sugary fizzy drinks much now. There we have it. There you go. I like the water. Well, that's a nice thought, Scotty. Well, Woody Nutwood, you've got so many nice thoughts as well. Guys, can we get following, please, as soon as possible? McCLUE is live. So there we are. Angela, DINKY-DOO, absolutely. Lee has joined us. Lee, lovely to have you with us. I hope you're well and dealing with all the challenges. And Lee, if you could think of some sort of different platform, then that would be great. Fantastic stuff. Looking handsome today, fella. You are very, very kind, Chad. I thank you. Hello, Mr. M. I'm back in Glasgow from Bahrain. So there we are. Away to Mexico on New Year's Day. Wow. An international traveler. We love it. Guys, so lovely to have you all with us on the YouTube and on the TikTok. What's your favourite tipple, Scotty? The Scottish water, believe it or not. 7 years ago, I just chucked the booze. Lee Bandoni, don't you start any of your generosity nonsense on here. Lee Bandoni, one of the most generous people in the world, has sent me thousands, and I mean thousands, of gifts on TikTok. And now he's doing it again. He's sending me 50 Santas, more than 50 Santa's elves. Evening, Scotty from Bali. Will, how lovely to have you there. Lee Bandoni, you've just got the #1 gifter badge. There you are. I just found out about your world record. Well done. We Mo, massive world record. 460,000 calls in 1 week. Official. On here, here's another one. 50 million viewers. But at the moment only, I think it's 23,000 followers. We should have millions of followers by now, guys. So if you're not following, please do. Scotty McClue, the Isle of Man, Dave from Douglas. And I was sure you told me you were onking. Lee, what are you doing? We're now at 200. Oh my goodness, Witchy Katie, lovely to have you with us. DINKY-DOO, welcome, welcome. Scotty DINKY-DOO, good evening. Everyone's New Year resolution should be no more control. Dawson Creek, there's a lot to be said for that. You know what I mean? We need to look at old-fashioned freedoms and get back to that. Hello from Ulster, says Greg. Greg, what about you there now from Ulster? That's fantastic. Ulster is not all of Northern Ireland because there's about 9 counties in Ulster, whereas there's only 6 been annexed from the old Ireland 100 years ago. Opinions on Scunthorpe. We like Scunthorpe. Yes, indeed. I know people from Scunthorpe and Cleethorpes. Lee, what are you doing? Lee's up. He's gone over 300, guys. My goodness me. No. Lee Bandoni, the most generous man in the world, has just sent Scotty McClue 601 Santa's elves. Lee, how can I say thank you? I think he's doing it again. He's sending more. Cleethorpes is safe. Scunthorpe's going to get it. Scunthorpe, why? There we are. Lovely people in Scunthorpe. Because what are you in? Scunthorpe, Lincolnshire. Right? It's not Yorkshire, is it? It's Lincolnshire. Pelly. Oh, yes, yes. R.I.P. Pelly. Bless him. Pelly's the only football player to have won 3 World Cups. 58, 62, and 70. What film was he in? when they did the football game against the Germans and they escaped. It was something escape, and Pele was in the movie. Am I right or am I right? I just dislike Scunthorpe. Well, don't dislike anywhere. Everyone's beautiful to a greater or lesser extent. There we are. Fantastic. How's everybody doing here? Did you have a nice Christmas with Scotty? F document. Lovely to have you with us on the YouTube. Can everybody get on the YouTube? Lee is still at it. He's a naughty boy. Escape to Victory. I've got the DVD. That's it, Angela. Now, am I right? Is Pele a star in that? There we are. Fantastic. Thank you. Woody Would Not Wood has sent me 20 treasure boxes. Woody Would Not Wood, you will bankrupt yourself. Woody Would Not Wood has just got the second gifter badge after Lee. Woody has sent me a rose. Pele or Maradona? Well, I mean, there were so many wonderful footballers. Another great footballer was George Best. Let's not forget that. I don't know what Lee's doing here. Oh, my goodness. Lee, if you don't stop, then I'll have to decide whether I'm going to retire or not on all these gifts tonight. Michael Caine. Yes, Angela. Michael was in it as well. Wonderful actor. Scotty, say Dinky-Doo to Marky Boy, please, from Big Will. Big Will, we're delighted to do that. And bless Marky Boy, I say. I need more followers. I need another couple of 100 followers right away. Lee is amazing. Lee is absolutely amazing. I don't know what he sent me now. I'm just going to check because it comes up here. He sent 689, I think, the last time, and he sent thousands. James, lovely to have you with us. Thank you for following. And Dinky-Doo, please pass on my regards to all the beautiful people. This is amazing. Everybody should be joining Scotty tomorrow night. Shall we do it from 11 to 1 or 11:30? Because I want phone calls to see in the bells. Sylvester Stallone was in it. Yes. Fantastic. Another amazing actor. That is amazing. Guys, you're all amazing. Listen, what have we got here? F document Dinky-Doo. I'm just checking the YouTube. Pardon me. Now then, who else have we got here? This is incredible. What's the drink or drinks of choice for tomorrow night? Well, I'll be on the water. So it doesn't make any difference to me. But in days gone by, I would have had a wee touch of the crater. Yes, indeed, I can tell you. More than a wee touch, actually. I think the crater was overdrawn. There we are. Fantastic. Do come and join us as soon as you possibly can. Water, yes. I've got the water. I'll show you. We have it here. Look, look. How's that? Water. Oh, that's lush. Oh, beautiful. Thank you very much for that. Water, yes. There we are. Fantastic. Woody Would Not. You're some man, I can tell you. Straight body for tomorrow, says Decky. Scotty, Jamie from the ref at Godson doesn't believe me. I got him a shout out. Well, James, you tell him that you did. And did you also tell him he's one of the toppest of top men? There we are. I'll tell you something. You know, he could do you a steak pie. Oh, could he not just? Thank you for the squirrel. Thank you very, very much. How can I say thank you to Lee? Lee has sent absolute fortunes. Woody sent me 2023 20 boxes. There we are. He sent me a 2023. Is it steak pie tomorrow night? Yes, from McCLUE's Pies. Special delivery. They'll send a van and everything. Guys, I need a lot more followers. Let's not just tickle the top. So there were Pele did his scissor kick in Escape to Victory. Scotty, can I record it to send him? What I'll do, James, I'll try and find it, and I shall download it, and we say a big thank you to Jamie in the refectory at Gordonston. He must give you because you give him something already. Says Woody Wood Not Nutwood. He's just amazing. That's what he is. Woody Would Not at Nutwood, I say to you. There you are. Thank you for all your gifts, guys. So lovely. Now then, fan for 20 years, says Andrew. Andrew Pretty Quick. Andrew says, Scottie McClue, Dinky-Doo. You should have millions. They've censored you for saying too many true things. Andrew, I think this is it. I think McClue gets stopped from telling the truth. So there we are. That would be ideal. He really is a good guy. That's amazing. Give him a thanks. Yes, and oh, he's a good guy, all right, James. I can tell you. Triple for Hogmanay is going to be water tomorrow night so that I don't slur any words. There we are. Scotty for the next Radio 1 DJ, or at least Clyde 1. Well, this would be huge. Guys, could you imagine this on Radio 1 at nights? Oh, or Clyde 1 at nights. Yes, indeed. When we used to do Scott FM, which was the whole of Central Scotland, 250,000 people per half hour. Now, it was for 3 hours. So if that's per half hour, that would be 500,000 people an hour. 3 hours, 1.5 million people. 5 nights a week, 7.5 million people per week. You should be doing tomorrow night's Hogmanay show on the telly. I'll bet you it's not up to much. I did Hogmanay on the telly 38 years ago. Was that right? Was it 38? Wait till I see. We recorded it for Grampian Television at Castle Fraser in Aberdeen with Andy Stewart. And that was 1984 into 85. So what's that? 6, 7, 8, 38 years. Oh my goodness me. Can you believe it? There we go, 38 years ago. The Hogmanay shows. And I used to do Scottish television as well. There we are, fantastic. I can even see today what was said then. There we are. They put me away tasty pies and good drinks from McClue. I know, says Andrew. What a top man. Andrew, can everybody get subscribing to Scottie McClue's YouTube channel? It's the best kept secret in the world. Dinky-Doo, Scotty, it's Mark here from California. Mark, we love you in California. Nikki says, I remember you. How do you do, Mr. Scottie McClue? Lovely, Nikki. Great to have you with us tonight. And a big Dinky-Doo. Joey's just joined us. Do you remember the White Heather Club? Very well, with the Dixie Ingram dancers, Jimmy Shand, the accordionist, Ian Powery, the fiddler, the violinist, and who else was in the White Heather Club? Let me tell you. Joe Gordon, yes, with my big Kilmarnock bonnet. Joe Gordon. Who else did we have on the White Heather Club? Joe Gordon. And who was with Joe Gordon? Was it Sally Logan? Was that the lady? And who else was in the White Heather Club? James Urquhart, one of the finest tenor voices. Lassie with the yellow coatie. Fabulous to be here, darling. Nicky Nacky-Noo. How lovely to have you with us. Jimmy Shand from Auchtermuchty. You're right, Tom. Sir James Shand, one of the loveliest men that ever walked God's earth. You have some memory, son. Ah, Jay, I'm not as daft as you think. I'll tell you who else. In the early days of the White Heather Club, Robert Wilson. Now, there's a voice. Robert used to sing in the cinemas. Oh, wow. And for the Bonnie Wells of Weary. The bonny was a weedy. You have some memories of Chick Murray. The Hogmanay Show with Chick Murray, John Grieve, Duncan McCrae, Walter Carr. Oh, Callum Kennedy. What about that? Scotty, Jamie's here now. He doesn't believe I got him a shout out. Jamie, James got you a shout out, and I told James you're one of the finest men in the world, and you could produce a steak pie standing in your head. Fantastic. Woody Woodyard is sending me more gifts. DINKY-DOO Scotty, I remember watching Andy Stewart on lunchtime TV back in the 70s. Yes, Andy used to do stuff for Scottish television. Does anybody remember the 1 o'clock gang? Oh, I'll pass it on, says Andrew. I have a little following that can suffer you as well. Andy Stewart, yes. Peel and orange in the pocket. Now I can reskin an orange in my pocket. DINKY-DOO Scotty. Fantastic. Always loved the Reverend I Am Jolly, the wonderful Ricky Fulton. I knew him. You'll not believe this, but both Ricky Fulton and Jack Milroy were big Scottie McClue fans, and I met them at their final show as Francie and Josie. The lights come up in the middle. You'll see it on YouTube. And when we went backstage, Jack and Ricky came up to me and they said, we're backstage, and they said, Scotty, we listen to your show every day, son. We love it. Now, that to me was better than a knighthood. Although I shouldn't say that, because the New Year's honours are out tomorrow, and I don't know if I've been knighted or not. Do they give you a shout? Sweet violets, Stevie boy, you're right. Are you a unionist? Smug-faced pal, I don't think anyone in Scotland is a unionist these days. Sorry to disappoint you, but I think you've got the stage to yourself there. What have we got here? Fat Dad Football. Charlie, I don't really do opinions on football because I don't know enough about it. That's my problem, you see. I love Francie and Josie. Spelt it wrong. Yes, that's right. Josie. They were comedy gold. Oh, they were amazing. They were amazing. Do you think I'm lighting my feet? You might be lighting your own feet. You're like a ton of coal in mine. There we are, DINKY-DOO, Big Ron. But was that not beautiful of Jack and Ricky to compliment me, the youngster, the new kid on the block? I don't know. Thank you so much, guys. Well, all the military and vets I know in Scotland are unionists. The news portrays a false majority. No smug-faced pal. They're only unionists because they're in the British Army, which is mainly Scots. Think about it. What does gaslighting mean, Scotty? Gaslighting is what we used to have up the close, and Leary the lamplighter would come round at maybe 5 o'clock in the winter and later in the summer and light the gas for you. So that's gaslighting. And my new book out, Truth and Lies, The Businessman, a percentage of all books helps to feed the homeless. Dawson Creek, we salute you, sir. DINKY-DOO. I mean, you look at the British Army. Let me mention a few old names that you might not hear so much nowadays. You might just hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Scots. What about the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders? The Queen's Own Cameron Highlanders, the Seaforth Highlanders, the Black Watch, the Gordon Highlanders. Who else was in the Highland Brigade? Trying to think. And then coming down, the Fife and Forfar Yeomanry, the Scottish Horse, the King's Own Scottish Borderers, the Royal Scots, the Royal Highland Fusiliers, amalgamation of the Royal Scots Fusiliers and the Highland Light Infantry from Maryhill Barracks. What else have we got? The Scots Guards, the Coldstream Guards, Brigade of Guards, all Scottish regiments, the Cameronians, the Scottish Rifles, disbanded in 68, I think. My great-granddad was in the Royal Scots Fusiliers. Well, Churchill, because of the mess he made at Gallipoli, he joined the Royal Scots Fusiliers as a major. Thank you for sending all these gifts, Still Game. You're very, very kind. The Archers. Yes, the King's bodyguard for Scotland, the Royal Archers. What was the wee fine net called you put in a gas lamp driving with Daft J? It was a mantle. And I got in trouble. Some big boys put me in the shoulder at school, and I blew one out. Oh, and I got seen. Oh dear. TikToks, thank you very much. So there you are. The gas mantle, wee waxy mantles, and they had a kind of what would you call it? Oh, it was like pottery, a little ring, porcelain, a little porcelain ring, and they were covered with a waxy net, and they burned so beautifully brightly. So it was well remembered. No, I knew because I had an old lady friend. My father and I used to go up and visit her, and she had gas lighting in her Scottish tenement flat. You pulled something like that to put it on and off, and little chains hanging down. Scotty, I had to Google where you're from. It says born in Greenock. Also notice we share the same what, Barry? Share the same father? I don't know. Birthday, oh, same birthday, right? Okay. Fantastic. Well, happy birthday when it comes, dear boy. Fantastic. I didn't know what you meant there. So lovely to have you all with us, guys. This is beautiful. Can I say a big, big thank you to the wonderful Lee Bandoni, and a big, big thank you to all the gifters tonight. Tremendous. And a very special thank you for all your beautiful gifts. It's quite, it makes me feel even more humble than usual. Lovely, lovely, very, very kind of you. So there we go. Now then, we share the same birthday. You only get so many characters when typing. I ran out of space. Barry, so you do on TikTok. You're right. Yes, I understand because I've been caught a few times myself because I'm a wee bit verbose, as you know. Mr. Martin, we have a new all-day tiny Chinese takeaway. It's called Walk Around the Clock. Andrew Downey, Scotty, did you know you're the street in Dalkeith with your namesake? Is this to do with the Duke? Ah, it might be, yes. But I'm a McCLUE, not a BUCCLUE. So there you are. Fantastic. Very, very good. But there's Scott. Yes, because the Duke would be Montague Douglas Scott. Good evening, Captain DINKY-DOO from Norwich. You're awesome, says Woody Nutwood. You're very kind. I thank you, Woody. Good evening, Captain DINKY-DOO from Norwich. Good evening, Neil. Lovely to have you with us from Norwich, Captain. There we are. DINKY-DOO, I salute you. Well, if it's a naval captain, my husband's a naval surgeon, a lady once told me. I thought, my goodness, they don't have specialize. So there we are. Permission to land, Andrew. If you go around, please, until you get a visual on runway 03. It's well lit. Every light is on 03. And then you go to minimums and just touch down there and then go up, and you'll be given further if you retune to 105. Thank you. DINKY-DOO, I say to you. There we are. What was your favourite whiskey back when you did? Well, Jay, I tend not to advertise on here, but I would alternate between a soft, smoky, peaty, salty, flavoured whiskey from an island on the west of Scotland, or I would go for a clean, sharp Speyside. Yes, from the Whiskey Trail up at the Spey. Thanks for the great entertainment this year, Scotty. God bless you. Have a great new year. Ridian Sling, it's been a privilege for me to be with you beautiful people. And that's what you are, you're beautiful people. Tomorrow night, join me at 11 o'clock for the Hogmanay Bash. Hello from Canada. That's 11 o'clock. That would be Greenwich Mean Time. Yes, indeed. Who have we got here? I just settled on cognac. Safe, but it's done the trick. Andrew, I know what you mean. Thank you, Scotty. Elias, DINKY-DOO. Did your relative live in Balgony Road, Glasgow? Tam, have you got a fantastic memory? A fantastic memory? Or did I tell you that? My auntie stayed in Balgony Road in Moss Park, a 4 in a block, is that right? Beautiful houses. And they were in it from new. Now that's something. Because you had a lovely old bathroom with polished brass taps. Auntie was very house proud. And it was 2-bedroom, but they plumped for the sitting room and 1 bedroom. And a lovely room that you sat in and the kitchenette. And it was such a lovely, comfy house. You went in at the side and straight up the stairs. And at the top was a bathroom. And the bathroom had these beautiful brass taps. And stamped on the brass taps was GCWD. Does anybody know what that stands for? So come on, Tam, give us an idea. I'll say the letters again. GCWD. 1930s. Yes, or maybe even late 20s, Tam. I think they got married in the 1920s. He was in the First World War and he worked for the post office. Tom says Glasgow City Water Department. Quite close, Tom, but no cigar. Okay. I was listening to a fantastic podcast about a serial killer from Moss Park. Oh, well, Lee, it wasn't he, Auntie. I know that for a fact. I love that story. Do you like that, Tam? There we are. Gentleman's closet something. No, nobody in the closet. Shut it, Scotty, says Big Pack Stoney. Big Pack Stoney, you shut it. There we are. I'm wrong. No. No bad for a fifer, Tom. Perfect for a fifer. Fat like fife. Let's do some 5 places. Wormit, Methil, Kirkcaldy, St Andrews, London Links, Curris, Faraboots and Fife, Cardenden, Achtermachte, more places for Fife, Ken. So there you are. Right, we'll come up with a lot more. I can tell you. Now then, fantastic stuff, guys. Oh, who have we got here? Dundee. Dundee's no in Fife. Dundee's actually in Forfarshire. But don't tell the Dundonians that. Dundee is a parish in Forfarshire. Oh, I'll tell you that. Let's have a quiz. Yes, life begins with smiles and ends in tears. Not at all, Mr. Martin. I was at a wedding and even the cake was in tears. My gran tripped down the stairs. Big Pack Stoney, what, in Moss Park? Love from Paisley. We love you in Paisley, you beautiful buddies. Ah, what a great tune. What do makeup? Who does my makeup? Rent a tent. Fantastic stuff. I thank you. Pardon me. What's the New Year's plans? Well, Michael, we're going to do the Hogmanay Bash that we've done for 30 years. 1992 was the very first year of Scottie McClue's Hogmanay Bash. And it should have been national and international. GCWD, Tom. So there you are. And you were pretty close, I can tell you. Ignore the last message, says Woody Wood Nut Nutwood. Oh, don't worry. Woody Wood Nut Nutwood. It's very easy to do. Guys, I've got 3,900 likes. Can we have more? Tap, tap, tappity, tap. What's happening on the YouTube? There we have it now. Can I say to every single one of you, if you can get onto Scottie McClue's YouTube channel, Scottie McClue, Voice of the World, radio talk show, pretentious, moi, certainly not. I'll try not to get pashed for the bash. Stevie boy, that would be a help if you're phoning up. Who are you supporting in the fourth? All the people that can't stand up. I always wondered if I stayed in your relative's old house. Sounds like the same layout. Loved the info. Well, you might, Tam. It was 20-something. Can you mind when folk would bring a lump of coal for Nerdy? Gee, I used to bring a lump of coal myself because I wasn't tall enough and dark enough. So you brought in the coal to bring in the new year. But you can't. People have got flats with central heating and white carpets. They don't welcome a lump of coal now. Used to get and throw it in the fire. And there we are now. I always remember, no, I'd better not tell that story. So there we are. Are you on tomorrow night? We're on tomorrow night, but we'll come on at 11 o'clock. Yes, round about then. Same side of the road, but I was 70, my friend. Sorry, I was 70. My friend was number 16. And he was a postman too. Well, number 16's not far away. You were more, I think there was a wee bend in the road. You had to park on the pavement those days. Can you say hi to Nikki, the Queen of Rap? I can, Ellie. Do you remember when a good present was wished, not deserved? Oh, yes. Absolutely. Woody would not. Thank you for all your kindness tonight. You're spoiling me. Guys, I need another 10 followers. Can 10 of you go up to the top left, click the plus sign? Exactly, a wee bend at 16 and outside 70. That's right. And the other, a wee gate and a wee hedge. I would imagine some of them have made a run in for a car now. Garden City Water Department. No, Tom. You were pretty close the first time. You were one word out. I'll tell you before I go. GCWD. What did these letters stand for? Stamped on the brass taps in Moss Park. Scotty, who invented cat's eyes for the roads? Mr. Martin, that was an old Yorkshire gentleman that was going home one night and it was frosty. And he was just amazed at how the frost was reflecting back his headlights. And I think that's when he decided to do the cat's eyes. He made them. Brilliant, Scotty. Peter, the post is from Paisley. Glasgow Council Water Department. Pretty close, but no cigar time. You're very near. You've got the same word, not correct. Not wrong, just not correct. So if you can think of something else to say. What were Glasgow Council before they were Glasgow Council? There's a wee clue for you because I like you. What was his name? Mr. Martin, I can't quite remember his name. The man that invented the cat's eyes. But Alan Whicker of Whicker's World did a documentary on him. Great old boy. And he made fortunes. And he used to drive, I think it was a Rolls-Royce Phantom. And on a Saturday night, he had all his old pals round for a beer. Glasgow Corporation, that's it, Tam. Glasgow Corporation Water Department. Tam's asking me, what does WC stand for? That's water closet. And the first one was invented by Thomas Crapper. He sold cat's eyes for £1.50. The guy made a fortune. He did. But did he not also control the metal making and the actual cat's eyes? The factors were round the corner. That's it, Tam. Yes, indeed. These were lovely houses. I would think these Moss Park houses would be double-skinned brick. And they were all coal-fired. Roasty toasty. Pardon me. Hola, Scotty, says Bagpuss. Hola, Bagpuss. Guys, it's just coming up to 10 o'clock. If you're going for the 10 o'clock bus, you've probably missed it. Can I have another 10 followers, please, ordered up? Go up to the top left, click the plus, follow Scotty McClue. Have you heard of a scullery wee test? Lol. Jay, I think you're going to have to spill the beans now. Spill, spill. Glasgow Corporation Water Department, Murray O'Donnell. Is there anything you do not know, you champ? And Murray, again, thank you for your kindness. You've been saved any embarrassment by the fact I'm going to give them a time check now. Guys, it's exactly 10 o'clock, 2200 hours, Greenwich Mean Time. I lived in Ibrox in the 90s, used to listen to most nights. Tam Burns, what a wonderful thing. You can't beat a coal fire. You used to get the tartan legs from sitting at the coal fire. They had everything they wanted. But apart from that, they didn't have a fire in the bedroom. And in the winter, the bedroom was like an ice box. There you have it. To have your own bathroom, though, I mean, come on, guys. Granny tartan, the granny tartan, the corned beef legs, Bagpuss, you're 100%. Murray O'Donnell, you're a genius. Glasgow Corporation Water Department. Percy Shaw, DINKY-DOO, that's him. Percy Shaw, he was the man. Fantastic. I think he was a big chap. My granny was an islander and swore that peat gave the best heat. Well, Stevie boy, your granny's quite right. One of the reasons that's true is the peat fire never, ever went out. You just put more peat in it, and it was always just diddling away there, embering away, and then the peat burned to a fine ash, and you just cleared it out. And then quite often in the black houses, as you called the old house, the smoke just went out a hole in the roof. And they would spread the ash on the floor. Good insulator, absolutely. There you have it. I have a joke. Here goes. Gonji. Stephen Donnelly trying to be clever. Do you like maths debating? Oh, yes. Yes, I could debate c squared equals a squared plus b squared. The square on the hypotenuse of the right-angled triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. There's a maths debate for you. How do you become a Scottish poet? You have a look at the whole background to Scottish poetry, and you look at the Mackers, you look at going right away back, you look at Lord Byron, you look at Robert Burns, you look at later ones, Maurice Lindsay, Edwin Muir. We've got just some tremendous Scottish poets. I mean, W.H. Auden taught in Scotland. He taught English. What statement or saying that anyone feeling down for New York can use a positive start to 2023? What does this mean in physics? No, that's the setup to my joke. Right, Jay. Scotty, I think you must be eternal. You just don't age unless you're like that at 20. Very intelligent. I have looked like this since I was 16. I started work at 12. I had a very tough paper round. Do you think the Russians are winning because we're all suffering with the cost of living? Stephen, it's nothing to do with that. The reason we're suffering with the cost of living is Brexit. The government are so embarrassed. They're en colère, purple, with rage at their own error of judgment. But it pleased the money men at the time, and the people can go and do one. So there you are. So don't be sidetracked. Brexit. And there's enough money to save the NHS, pay all the nurses and the doctors. So there you are. Exactly, Scott. Exactly, Big Ron. So there we are. Stephen Donnelly. True. Get the Tories out. Well, I wouldn't go that far in that I'm apolitical. But I think they'll have got themselves out at the next election. And every Brexiteer should hang their head in shame. Good evening, Scotty. How's your day been? Leonard, what a privilege to have you with us, the old pedestrian there. Ilse says, she's turned the winds against us. Scott for days, mate. Absolutely, Robert. Scotty McClue, 12-12. Absolutely, Soph. 1-2-1-2. You Scots are a great race. You should be free to choose. Big Ron, you're very kind. Scotland doesn't want away from England. Pardon me. Scotland wants away from Westminster. Scotland never voted for Brexit, yet we had to accept the decision. I know it was a con. Because you see, it's using democracy to blame the people for what you've been told to do. Any tips for a perfect poached egg? Yes. I think so, Lee. A drop of the apple cider vinegar and just pop it in when the water's boiling. You know, and then not too long and out with the draining spoon. Don't let it go all frilly and pop it onto a piece of hot buttered toast. Stop! Oh my goodness me. Khaled has followed us. Thank you, Khaled. Very kind of you. Guys, I need another 10 followers. And I need you now. Everybody on TikTok should be following. What's the problem with following? 40 years I've given of my life so far in public service broadcasting. So come on. Hogmanay Bash with Scotty. Tell 10 to tell 10. Yes, and we'll get, what we'll do, we'll get lots and lots of people phoning in tomorrow with well-wishing. Scotty, Clydebank here. Jerry, how lovely to have you with us. DINKY-DOO. Guys, I've got the wonderful Jerry Thompson with us. An absolute top man. A man that would travel to the ends of the earth to deliver a Christmas present for a pal. Is that not amazing? You're so welcome, Jerry. DINKY-DOO. Scotty, yes, hi, Jerry. Thank you very much. Jerry's with us, guys. There's a wonderful person. Any phone-ins tonight, Scotty? Well, Sully, I haven't opened the lines tonight, but I should have. But the trouble is we only get an hour on the TikTok, and we have to go. However, we've got 10 minutes. Shall I open the lines? Right. Madness. The lines are open. Sheer madness. The lines are open now, guys. 0141 6289795. Lee Bandoni has sent me sunglasses. He's spoiling me. Why have you moved to Scotty, my boy? Why have I moved? Where did I move to? I just bent down to check the YouTube channel. If the SNP want independence, why would they want to be governed by the EU? Because, Ewan, the EU gives, Westminster takes. Yes? Capiche? You're live in Scotty's phone in? Who's that?
You're right, Scotty. How's the weather been?
Hello, we've got huge wind tonight. There we are, very, very windy. I can tell you. We have the box out tomorrow. Stevie boy, I've got the box here because, hang on a minute. You're live in Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, this is Tony Elise from Glasgow.
Lovely to hear you.
I like big black kids.
You're a silly, silly person. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Right, there we are. I think we'll shut the lines just now because we're just going to get the sillies. And there's no point in the sillies. They've got nothing to say. There we are. Now, here's the box, guys, if we're into that. Right, and what I'll do, we'll shut the lines just now. There we have it. How's that? Right, are you ready? You want a tune in the box? I'll give you a wee tune in the box. How's that, guys? Are we eaching in the box for the beautiful people of TikTok and YouTube? So there we have it. Tell 10 to tell 10, I say to you. Now then, how are we doing for time? We have to watch our time. We've got about another 5 minutes, then we'll have to dash. I need another 10 followers. You're a wee bit slow at the following. There should be nobody with a TikTok account who's not followed Scottie McClue. Why would you not? I ask you. Scotty, did you something about delivery driver? So there you are. Fantastic. No, I had a top delivery driver, Jerry. One of the finest men in the country. I haven't finished all the colouring in. Not yet. Colour in the big book. You're quite right. And Jerry, thank you. I used to work with young people who were non-verbal, and we'd do this. Thank you. Thank you. There we are. That's what it's all about. Is it okay to wear a balaclava in Tesco? Well, I don't know. I've never worn one in Tesco. I'm sure security would tell you if there was a problem. You know, please say Happy New Year to my wife, Lorna. I will. Lorna Hamilton, Dinky-Doo. I meant moved room. Oh, I see, Ruben. No, I'm down in the cupboard under the stairs tonight because of the weather. Fantastic. I can't call tonight. Woody Nutwood, do not worry, I say to you. Too many weirdos on the phone. I know these are the half-witted idiots that spoil it for the proper people. But hopefully we'll get some more sensible people tomorrow night. We seem to have a few silly sausages on the line. Certainly have, Stevie, and there's no point wasting our time with that. Takes me back, Scotty, always a wee guy in the house, and New Year with a box. There was Stevie. You're correct. Brilliant old friend. Great playing, Scotty. Yes, HMP boys. Scotty back in 1996. Hi, mate. Do a big shout out to Northern Ireland. We're shouting out to Northern Ireland now. I went into the pub in Northern Ireland. I said, do you serve shorts? She says, we serve all the big companies around here. Why did they take you off the radio? You were amazing. I think they couldn't cope genuinely with that level of success. You look at your radio stations now and say, where are the Scottie McCLUEs? They're not there, you know? And these stations are just shadows of their former selves, you know? Very silly. And genuinely, McCLUE was the most successful show in the country, apart from the big national BBC ones like Terry Wogan. Yes, indeed, keep shining, Scotty. Thanks from us. Guys, I'm going to have to dash. So lovely to be with you all tonight. An absolute privilege. You're welcome. See you soon. See you soon, Jerry. You're a top man. There's only one Scotty. You're the number one. And there's only one Jerry. And you're the number one. We love it. Love to Clyde Bank, Jerry. And thank you again. Oh, wonderful stuff. Who else have we got? Here in the wee room underneath the stairs, everybody's happy, everybody's there. Can't remember. And they're all macking merry, each in his chair. Where? Doon in the wee room, underneath the stair. And it's doon in the wee room. Up the Royal Artillery, says Gig-Moo Dale Buston. Yes, a very fine regiment of the British Army, Gig-Moo. The Royal Artillery, the RA. There we are. Shout out to the lads in HMP. Brilliant, well remembered. Oh, no problem, Jay. Guys, I'm going to have to dash. Take great care of your dear selves. And remember to stay fabulous. Get following Scottie McClue. Check out all the videos on TikTok. All the videos on YouTube. Yes. Follow me on TikTok. And subscribe to the YouTube channel, Scottie McClue. Scottie McClue, Voice of the World. Voice of the World radio talk show. You're doing better on here because no one judges you on here, Scotty. Do you know, Ewan, I would say this is actually bigger than the radio stations. Do you know what I mean? We just need to get the followers up and get everybody singing from the same sheet. R.I.P. Pelly, yes, we salute him. A wonderful player. Follow us, guys. Rab, thank you for my red roses. Legend, love ya. You too, Rab, top man. There we are. And Dinky-Doo, I say. Right, we're going to have to dash. The voice of the people, Jerry. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Voice of the world. Lots and lots of love to every single one of you watching now. Now, guys, here's the deal. You take great care of your dear selves. You stay fabulous. You join me tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, live on TikTok and YouTube, to see in the bells. Going from Hogmanay or Algiers Nacht through to New Year's Day or Nerdy. Right? Nerdy. There you are. That's the proper terminology. I've actually done a video today about it. So you'll see it there. So Happy New Year when it comes. But join us tomorrow night for Scottie McClue's Hogmanay Bash, a legendary program throughout the world. All right? I'll sing you the goodbye song. Are we ready? Good night, Paul. Good night, Scotty. Dinky-Doo. Good night, Jerry. There we are. Dinky-Doo. Are we ready? Right. And we got, and good night, Catherine, as well. Here we are. Agree totally. Take care, Scotty. Dinky-Doo. Right, the song. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, and a cheerio. Cheerio, my darlings. Good night, God bless, and stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. Ta-ta.